All right, you guys, thanks for joining us. Today we have a special guest with us, Grady Polcyn, an integrity partner, my personal coach and mentor in getting into this business. He helped me become a Hall of Fame member. He helped me achieve what we built so far today, and we're going to continue to keep growing. So Grady Polcyn, pleasure to have you on, my man.
Happy to be here, brother. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for allowing me to spend some time with your team. It's been a wild ride so far, and one that I think that we're only daily excited about where it's going to the future. You've got a ton of great new talent. You've selflessly went out and introduced to this business, and now they're coming on board and running up the leaderboards as well, plus a bunch of great people from Riyadh, Clay, Erica, Darla, just a bunch of top people that I think that are going to make waves inside this company and in this business. So excited to be on here with you today. Excited to be with your agency and to see you guys starting to grow. Biggest week I think you've had in some time, man. So good work to you. Way to lead from the front as well. That's what we try to do at FFL, is to understand that our team will do what we do. And when you go out there and write $20,000+ in a week, it makes it pretty easy for people to trust you and your coaching. So way to lead, Julius.
Thanks, man. Thank you. So Grady, if you can kind of just jump in and I know, we worked together for a while, but there's a lot of new people on here today, right? And it's, really helping the new folks that are either joining the organization, maybe been here for a little bit, but what can you share with us that can help people kind of make a difference today, whether it's, investing in the leads or booking appointments, but what can you feed into the team to really help them kind of, just have a different perspective on things outside of the regular, just go out there and do it.
For sure. Well, and I do thank you. And when you asked me to make this my topic, I wrote down some notes, been really thinking about this. So if you have a pen handy, great. If you don't, maybe get something out. I don't think I'm special. I don't think that what I'm going to tell you is something that you couldn't figure out on your own. But I do think that what I am about to share with you guys is something that could shorten your learning curve, could shorten that sort of stressful period that happens early on in this business on figuring out what are the right things to be focused on and what are the things that I should eliminate as fast as possible to get myself to where I want to go. So with that, it's basically 7 things I want to cover. So if you're taking notes, start with a 1. If you type it on your phone, type it on your phone. What I wouldn't say is just, I'm going to watch the replay. I'm going to record. There's like this magical thing that works with your brain and your hands and the way your mind works, that if you actually write stuff down and type it out, you're telling your mind, you're telling your subconscious that this is important, that I should actually remember this, that I should spend time within this. And that's what I hope that you start to do, is to put yourself in a position where you start to learn and implement these things, and that the people that are having success at FFL are no different than you. We're all God's highest form of creation. We're all just, we all have red blood and breathe oxygen. But the challenge is we've gone through hard stuff and didn't give up. And where you're at as a new agent, you're going to go through some hard stuff. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, it's going to be difficult, but it's not like physically difficult. No one's going to take like a bat to your knees or anything, and no one's going to punch you in the stomach and make you go swim. They're going to say, a stranger is going to hang up on you, and someone's going to tell you they didn't fill out a lead card, and then your friends are going to tell you you're not making any money in that new thing. Why are you still doing it? And you're going to have the mental strength to push through that. That's what's hard about this business. It's all mental. And once you understand that if I just increase my mental strength, then the success that I want to have is just a decision of my own. Am I going to push through hard? Am I going to decide to keep going when this doesn't feel good? That's the thing. That's the entrepreneur plague, is we get to say, I don't feel like it, right? That's the problem with entrepreneurs and commission-based salespeople, is they can say that, and you can see, you might have said it today. Should I get up at 5:30 and work out and get breakfast early and be on the phones by 7:45? Or should I get up at 7:45 and I'll be on the phones by 9? Or, what Julia says, that call at 10, I'll jump on the phones at 11. That should be fine. I'll dial from that call, so I'll dial from 1:30 on, but that should be enough time. That's like 8 hours. I'll be fine. And your reason you said it to yourself is, you go, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like, and I'm telling you guys too, there's many days where I don't feel like it. There's many days where I haven't felt like it. And there's also many days where I've established principles and stick-to-itiveness within myself, where I said, I know I don't feel like it, but I can't let that Grady win. And I can't let that person be the deciding factor whether my kids are going to eat well forever, or if we're going to have to go borrow money from my parents. And that's the thing that as we start to progress through life is you have to find this discipline within you to go, I'm not going to stay where I am anymore. I'm not going to remain average and ordinary. I'm going to go build something and create a person inside of me who's unrecognizable to who I am today. And so here we go. I'm going to jump through 7 things that I hope that will impact you. And if you're ready, drop a 1 in the comments below, because this will be the first thing. So here we go. What I would say, first thing to kind of get yourself established within this business as a new agent and someone who not new, been here a long time, been here, 2 years, whatever. These are the things that I feel as if we start to put this into ourselves, we can explode as business owners. One is a lead mentality. And what I say lead mentality is that you as a new agent need to understand that this is a business. This is not, hey, Julius, welcome to life insurance sales. Could you real quick take this sheet of paper and write down 10 people you know that like, trust, and respect you that we could have lunch with? And then I'm going to go meet, and just put their phone number right next to them. And I'm just going to go tell them about what your new business is. And I'm going to call your brother, Larry, in Florida, and I'm going to set up a Zoom call to tell him all about this incredible new business you have and that you started and you're really excited about, and you're going to crush it, Julius. And from there, I'm going to help him get started with his own life insurance program. You're going to watch me sell your brother, and then we're going to call that your training, and I'm going to keep the commission. That's not what we do here. At the same time, we don't go walk around the mall and talk to the proactive girl and try to recruit the server at Chili's and try to sell insurance to my Aunt Judy 15 times because I can't sell her any more Eagle. She's got all the Eagle she can get. She's even got some AM and some Prosperity. I can't sell my aunt any more policies. She's got it all. She's got all the life insurance as possible. So when you understand that this is a lead mentality means that I'm now a business owner. And the sooner you become accepting to the fact that as a business owner, business owners have expenses. And if you're not comfortable with expenses, you're not going to succeed here. You have to become uncharacteristically comfortable with spending money. And when now we spend more money in a week on leads than we spent could spend in a week earning income. It's a very unique feeling. It's a very anti-euphoric, right? You're like anti-euphoric in the fact this doesn't feel good. But if I trust myself and trust the process and know that I can reap financial reward from this investment, then you're changing the way your brain thinks. And that's the thing that I see most new agents not succeed with, Julius, is that they put themselves in this, I'm going to give it a try, this lottery mentality, this I'm going to throw a coin in and hope. I'm going to flick a quarter into the fountain and hope all of a sudden, the money tree sprouts up across the park. I'm going to buy a scratcher's ticket. I'm going to get the one that's $10,000, right? And that's a mentality that if you guys don't have money right now to invest in your business and buy leads, then go get some. And what I mean by that is sell some crap in your garage, go pick up a part-time job, go rock Uber for a week and get some extra money. You have to have money to feed your business. It doesn't matter if you own a burger shop on the corner, you own a dry cleaning shop, you do landscape, you have a pool business, it doesn't matter what you do real estate. You got to have time and money to go market and expand your business. Our business expansion is leads, and a lead mentality says that I understand that without leads, I'm out of business. So where that comes in makes you very successful and creates this a crystal clear process is if I bought leads and I have not exhausted all of those. What does that mean? You buy 100 leads. Have you dialed them all 20 times at different times of the day, different days of the week? Have you door knocked the ones local? Have you tried to use fast people search and you use their name and maybe they screwed up and inverted the last 2 digits of their phone number? Have you tried to find their email addresses? Have you looked them up on Facebook? Now, these are things that you do when you don't have enough money, right? If you have more money, you just go buy more leads. But there's 2 things you have in life. One is money, one is time. If you have no money, you have plenty of time. So take the time and try to exhaust your leads and put yourself in a position where you're reaching out and say, hey, Betty, we got the request for coverage here. Back a week ago, we've been trying to reach you, but for some reason the phone number was messed up. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is this your phone number? Oh, no, that's not my phone number. Heck, I don't know. Computer must have messed up. Well, perfect. I'm the field underwriter assigned to your case. When's a good time for us to go over this? And you start to progress and make a sale either right there over the phone, book it for an in-person appointment, however you want to do it, but understanding that you're never going to succeed here ever, if you don't trust the fact that we are a leads-based business and you are now a business owner. Can you put a B in the comments below if you understand and respect the fact that you are now a business owner? You are a business owner. And there's something that's so validating about that, that small business runs the world. It runs the world. We are the carpenters and the blacksmiths and the shoesmiths of the 21st century. That's us. We go out there and we protect families through crested coverage. Same value as these other things hold. And guess what? If I own a farm and no one shows up to buy my bell peppers, I'm out of business. If I don't buy seeds and plant bell peppers 3 months ago, I'm not going to have food to take to market. Same thing with you. As soon as you trust the fact that if you don't have leads and thinking for a second that how let's see how much money I can squeeze out with as little as I buy, then you're cheating yourself. You're robbing yourself of the opportunity of true financial success here because you're trying to cheat your business. That's the thing where Giordano, guy writes $100,000 a month, spends $4,000 a week on leads. Is he cheap? No, not cheap at all. Spends plenty of money because he knows he's putting the odds in his favor. And as soon as you guys start to understand the leverage that you put yourself in a position by not just having 100 leads to call, but 500 leads to call. I saw Josh Williams last night send me a text. He bought $20,000 worth of leads. And guess what he made this week? Like $26,000 this week. So he took the money he made, doubled or 100% doubled down to put himself in a position where he can go out there and do that again next week. Guess what he does to spend 20 grand next week? Maybe spend 3 or 4, but now he's up a significant amount of money. And there's many of you on here that haven't made a lead purchase. You've made one lead purchase. Your biggest lead purchase was $397 and Julia split it with you. And you have to put yourself in a position where you trust yourself to be a business owner. That's a lead mentality. I'm a business owner and I know for certainty that if I don't spend the money, I'm not going to succeed here. That's point number one. Number two, structure. Structure is something that most people lack in life. I talk to people, great producers, they'll have 8, 10, 12, 15K. Next week, 0. Next week, 7. Next week, 15. Next week, 0. Next week, 3. Next week, 12. Next week, 0. Next week, 0. Next week, 18. And the stress that puts into that person by this roller coaster yo-yo up and down is something that I don't wish on anybody, because the feeling of finding success here and learning a skill set at FFL and the feeling of feeling stressed financially because you lack the structure and put that into yourself in order to guarantee yourself having success. And a big part of that is it can be other outside forces, right? When you're an entrepreneur now, you're home. I'm home. When I'm home, all of a sudden I can help with diapers. When I'm home, all of a sudden, hey, can you take the trash out? When I'm home, it's, hey, can you run and pick up the kids? Right? That's a structure for yourself. And if you in your home life aren't setting structure to either get to an office, taking advantage of work spots, or putting yourself in a position where the door locks on your office door and no one bothers you till you come out in 4 hours to take a break for lunch and then go back in and lock that door and don't come out for another 4 or 5 hours. And when you're in there, you're working. That's where we see people put themselves in a position to truly change their life because they have now found something that a job often gives them. When you have a job or a career, or you work at a company, if you're not there at 8 and you don't get your tasks done in the period of time at which you're requested to get your job done, then you're putting yourself in a position to risk getting fired. Right? There's things in a job or a career environment that must get accomplished. The same thing for you. If you don't set time structure for yourself and go I'm on the phones by 7:45 on Monday. I'm going to take a 45 hour and a half break for lunch. Maybe you dial all morning. And I'd love talking to Zach Tardowski and Easton Patton, two of the top producers the company's ever had. They start dialing at 7 a.m. Like, why? Well, people answer. That's a great answer. People answer. Okay. He's like, I'll have 10 appointments booked by 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'll go get it. We'll take a quick break for lunch. We'll be done by 1 o'clock, 18 appointments. And then we get the rest of the day to do whatever we want. Now they're also building huge agencies. Zach Tardowski is an integrity partner now. Easton Patton, he was a front desk clerk at an enterprise rent-a-car. And now he's a board member with $1 million a month agency. And these are normal people, just like you and I, who've gone and found structure and discipline within themselves to put themselves in a place where now they've changed their lives forever. So in knowing that, like, if you don't have a day structure and go, like, I talk to people and they're like, when do you run appointments? I run every day. I'm like, I don't want to put pants on every day. I don't, I got basketball shorts and a polo and a hat and, or what, I'm ready, but I don't need to put pants and do my hair all the time. Right. If you run every day, you got to put pants on and do your hair every day. Right. We don't wear hats to appointments. Most people don't. And so understanding that is, if you can set yourself up a structure to know that, and for me personally, my structure was, I spent the morning with the kids, and I would feed them breakfast and send them off to school. By 8:30, I'd be on the car either at my first appointment or gone, or on the way to my first appointment. And that was 5 days a week for 2+ years. Missed dinners 5 nights a week, and set a structure for myself and my family that has now changed our lives forever. So when you go, I'm going to run all the time, or, you're on dial day and they're like, oh, I can meet right now. No, I can't meet right now because I don't have my 15 appointments yet. You can't meet on dial days. Could you do a live transfer sale? Could you do a virtual sale? Client goes, I want to buy right now. Okay, I'll sell right now, but I'm not driving 45 minutes across town to go sit with a client, because you have to create that structure for yourself. So structure saying that, create that process where you dial, run, and spend time with your family. People go, you guys are really, really strong on these dial, run. I'm like, yeah, because most people come from an environment where they have to have bookends of their life. And if they come here and it's like, hey, just work whenever you want, free, do whatever you want, just, kind of figure it out. It's almost unsettling to someone who's leaving a corporate environment to come over to our commission-based entrepreneur business, because they're so used to having structure and discipline, which is point number 3, is discipline, to put themselves in a situation where they can succeed here. So when you come to an environment where there is structure, and you come to an environment where it's commission-based sales and work whenever you want, that's why most people fail, is they lack that understanding that I have to be my own boss. I'm the boss of me. It's it. Chantel's the boss of me, but I'm the boss of me inside of the FFL environment. So it's a husband-wife joke for those that caught that. So structure, point 2, set it up for yourself so you can be successful and lean on it. And point number 3 is discipline. Is the discipline to do that, is to not let a birthday party on a Saturday morning of your spouse's high school friend's 3rd kid that you have to go to knock you off your successful plan. You have to run 8 appointments on Saturday because that's when clients are home and they're happy, right? It's the discipline to know, I'm going to get up at 5:30 so I can get in the gym between 6 and 7, showered and eating, done by 7:30, 7:45, so I can start dialing her out on my run day. The understanding that your body is a temple, taking care of yourself, right? When you're the money maker, right? When you're the money maker and you get sick, the money stops. So eating well and taking vitamins and taking care of your body and making sure that you stay healthy. There's a lot of value in that, right? There is no sick time when you're a commission-based entrepreneur. There's no sick time. There's no PTO time. There's stress. So take care of yourself, right? There's discipline and eating well and being a good steward of whom you are. So that's part of it too, is the discipline to not let things that don't matter all of a sudden matter. Because the only thing that matters, if you're going to be a full-time top producer here at Family First Life, and every single one of you can become a top producer. We've got plenty of leads. We got plenty of carriers. We got plenty of opportunity for anybody that wants to succeed here at a very high level, is putting yourself in a position to discipline yourself to not let things push you off course. Not let that little elbow in the side nudge you down the road, and all of a sudden you find yourself miles off course. That's what it is. It's always a little nudge. It's always too much cheesecake, Grady. It's always 4 slices of pizza instead of 2, right? Putting yourself in a position to discipline yourself, especially early on in this business, to set principles and habits that then you now live by, right? Top producers live by running on the weekends. Why? Because they know that they can sell as much on a Saturday as they can on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, right? I know a lot of top producers only run Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's top producers that only run Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And there's some of you on this call that dude, Friday at 4 o'clock, you're clocked out till Monday at 9 a.m. Just clocked out, struggling through financially, putting yourself in a position where you like the posts on the weekend because you're sitting there on your couch watching football, or, you got that birthday party on Sunday and you've earned it, right? Because you paid $12,000 last month. Come on, man. That's the problem, is you find a fraction of success, and all of a sudden you start celebrating, right? Old mentor said to me, he says, Grady, refuse reward till the job has been done. What's the job been done? I don't know what the job been done for you. I don't know what it is, but still living in your apartment, driving that crappy car you don't like, that you're worried about breaking down and you need to sell one policy to get new tires, is not a place of reward. And why do I say these things to you? Because this is how I lived. I lived for 34 years. Well, I didn't live that way when I was a child, but that's how I lived basically from 18 till 34, stressed out financially, 24/7, 365. Because I lacked the structure and discipline to understand that everything around my life was because of my choices, actions, and decisions. And the only person that could change that was me. And when God blessed me with Family First Life and said, here, Grady, here's FFL. Don't screw this up. And they gave me warm buyer leads. And all I had to do was drive to their house and knock on the door and show them products that they requested they could qualify for. And when they bought it, America dropped the deposit in my bank account 24 hours later, changed my life forever. And some of you guys are still him-hawing to make your first lead order. So, discipline. Number 4, lead flow. Lead flow is understanding that you can't make it with $300 in leads. It's understanding that you need to do 3,000. If you want to be a top producer, it's minimum $1,000 a week. Now, what do we tell people? $1,000 a week is approximately, or no, I'll say it this way. This is the way I've always taught it, is that 5 times return on your investment as a new agent, up to 10 times return on your investment as a seasoned agent. And how so, right? You spend $1,000 on leads, you're going to make about $5,000. Take away the lead cost, take away taxes, right? So now we're down to $4,000, take away taxes. You're making $3,000 a week after taxes and after lead cost. If you invest $1,000, because if you work the business, right? You buy the leads and you don't call them. I'm not going to say the magical lead fairy is going to deposit sales commissions in your bank account. What I will tell you is if you put yourself in a position to work those leads hard, call, satisfy, resolve, follow up, dial with intent, dial early, dial late, you're going to book appointments. And as your skills grow and your skills get better, you're going to make more money. As you get better, you'll learn second sale opportunities in the home. You'll add on accidental. You'll add on children's whole life. You'll learn about IULs. You'll find additional money. Like Julius could teach every single one on this call. He's our number 1 annuity producer in the entire agency. We're going to do $60 million, nearly $100 million this year in the Family First Life America agency. And your leader, your mentor, your coach, the guy that you trust to guide you, who's a great guy to trust to guide you, is the number 1 annuity producer in our entire company. Our company, Family First Life America, one of the top in all of FFL. So does that mean go out there and start studying AMS and advanced markets and IULs and FIAs? No. But what that means for you is that if you run into some money, call Julius. He'll help you close it. He'll help you put that client in a better position to protect their retirement and escape the volatility of the market, because the market is volatile. And we're meeting with our senior clients. All they want is protection. They want stability. They want something that eliminates the acidic stress that they feel by watching the CNBC every single day and seeing the red and the green and the red and the green and the red and the green and the red and the green. They don't want that. They want protection. They want guarantees. They want to check every single week, just like their Social Security, and knowing that this comes in. You got a great coach to teach you that stuff. So that's where lead flow comes in, is understanding that lead flow is going to put you in a position where, from believing in the lead mentality that you're a business owner and you need to have a consistent lead flow. So whether that's a blend of instance, new internets, you set up some final expense and mortgage mailers, you buy leads and sell them virtually. But to have Gage Peart talks about it, calling auto leads, is putting yourself in a position where every single week you have leads coming in. Because if you have a big week and then you don't buy leads the next week because you made a bunch of money, and then you spend that money, you get a charge back, and now you don't have any money, you didn't buy any more leads, now you're stressed. That's the entrepreneur roller coaster of creating and putting yourself in a position where you're not creating successful habits. You're not establishing structure. You're not establishing discipline. And if you'll reverse engineer and go, how do I avoid the feeling of stress anymore? How do I avoid the stress? How do I put myself in a position where I can guarantee that long-term stable residual income can be built here at FFL? The basis of it is lead flow. And we have, I mean, what do we got, China? 2 million leads in inventory right now. 2 million leads across the country in inventory right now. Many of them are under $11. And you can call them and talk to them about their insurance requests that they've recently placed and become their insurance agent. That's it. Deidre Sherman was on a call recently. She said, my goal is to have 10,000 clients. At that point, I know that my renewals, my agency, my client base will have put myself in a position where I can be financially secure forever. And I was like, no one's ever said it that way. 10,000 clients. Why not? That's a great goal. Just keep going until you hit 10,000. Then you're done. Then you can retire. So wherever you are today, figure out how many clients you sit a week, how many clients you sit a month, how many clients you close in a year, extrapolate that out. And at 10,000, you're financially free forever. And I have no guarantee. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in renewal and residual income you will have created for yourself by doing that. Not talking about how much additional second, third, fourth, and tertiary sales you'll have generated yourself by becoming the agent for 10,000 people. That's freedom. But guess what? Some people want to work for it. Some people are thinking about dialing still today, right? So I can't solve that problem. Number 5, set personal minimums. Personal minimums. Each and every week, you submit on Wednesday night how much business you wrote in the prior 7 days. And if that number is below a number you're proud of and you're happy with, then change it. Raise your personal minimums. My personal minimums were $7,000 a week. That was mine. Now, 2 years later, that my personal minimum will be between $10,000 and $12,000 a week. I would put myself in a position where I would be dissatisfied. I'd be stressed, PO'd. I'd be mad. I'd be angry that I didn't hit my $10,000. And that's where successful people live. They live in a world of personal disappointment when they don't get the job done. And they live in a world of personal satisfaction, not exuberation, not elation, not, oh my God, I did my job. No, personal satisfaction and personal disappointment. I'm personally disappointed I didn't hit my goals. I'm personally satisfied I hit my goals. Let's go do it again. Let's go do it again. That's where if you live in that environment, that little window, personal disappointment, personal satisfaction. All right. We're not crazy excited and we're not jumping off a bridge over here. Okay. We're talking about a simple twitch, right? Successful people don't get too high. They don't get too low. They kind of go on this even keel, dealing with what's going on and trusting themselves and trusting the process and trusting their skills they're developing to solve the problems they're going with. So when you set personal minimums, if it's Tuesday and you're at 4,000, you're going hard in the paint all day Wednesday. Door knocks, calls like crazy, driving around, following up with the clients you met on the weekend, following up with clients you met on Thursday and Friday, trying to, you said you had to think about it. If you had a chance to talk to John, where are we at right now? I can drive back over. We can look at some lower numbers. Like getting yourself in a position where if I don't hit my 10K a week, I'm mad, which then creates a ferocious energy in yourself kicking over into Thursday to get yourself up at 5:30, to hit the gym, to eat well, to be on the phones by 7:45, dialing like crazy to get the job done. Live in that world. Live in that world of personal minimums where I don't go below this number. I set this establishment for myself. Right? If I'm a full-time producer, I'm either on vacation, and even if I'm on vacation, I'm actually, I'm selling to the future to put myself, I don't want to not have numbers on the board. Like that's the thing too. Like I think Paul McLean set a record with the company that he went like 172 weeks in a row, not submitting below $5,000. 172 weeks in a row when the company started. He was in Paul McLean's, is at one of the biggest agencies in the entire country, above and beyond outside of FFL. And that's what he established for themselves. So as you're setting the baseline and the principles and the morals for your agency, how you're going to run your team and what you're going to teach and coach people on, set a baseline for yourself. Set a baseline for what you're going to tell people. Hey, man, great to meet you. And my name's Grady Polcyn. Nice to meet you. You're interested in a high commission insurance sales program. Perfect. I got an agency doing about $57,000 a month. Myself, I sell about $27,000 a month. I got a couple guys I'm working with. I'm looking for a couple more to start coaching. Yeah, one of the things about me, dude, I never sell less than $5,000 a week. I've gone about 37 weeks now. And so I'm very consistent. You can lean on me. You can trust me that I'm someone who's going to be here for you, who can lead from the front, who knows how to coach. I know everything about diabetes now. I know the phone scripts. I know the income. And if you'd like to get started in high commission insurance sales program, I'm your guy. If you want to go shop around and get back on Zip and click a couple more ads, go for it. But I'm a guy who's making it happen. Right? You talk like that to a prospect. Who doesn't want to work with someone like that? Confident, driven, consistent, Become that person. Set personal minimums for yourself. Be the person you can trust. Be the person that every single day you get proud and you look yourself in the mirror and go, God, I'm going to make my team proud today. I'm going to be the person that people go, gosh darn, I'm proud to work with Julius. Gosh darn, I'm proud to work with Clay. I'm proud to work with Erica. I'm proud to work with Matt. I am proud to work with these people because they are people who I know I can trust and lean on. When I have a bad day, when I have a down day, that there's someone, they're not immortal. They're not inhuman. They're not godlike. They're just other people that have found discipline before I have. That's what leadership is. Establish discipline before others figure it out. Set personal minimums and put yourself in a position where people can trust you. That's what this business is all about. Number 6, set goals for relief. So as much as I talk about setting personal minimums, this business also put yourself in a position where you set goals for relief. Holidays are coming up, right? Week producer, going to write 10K the first week, 5K the second week. They're going to take the last 2 weeks of December off. Why? Because they deserve it, right? They earned it, right? No, because they lack discipline. They lack discipline, but set goals for relief. Go out there, write 10K week 1, write 10K week 2, write 10K week 3 in December, and take week 4 off of December and enjoy the holidays with your family. Do you deserve it? Of course you do, if you work hard. But if you limp through this business and put yourself in a position where you're always stressed, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Your family doesn't deserve it. And guess what? They don't want to see you. They really don't want to see you come in and go, you know what? Dad had a hard day. You know what? But I'm going to sit down on the couch and watch football with my buddies. And, let's go out with some friends and let's have a barbecue in the neighborhood. One of the biggest things that changed my life was a Saturday morning. I was dialing appointments and my wife went to a birthday party with our friends, right? We got a bunch, you all have friends. Went to a birthday with one of my friends. And she called me while I was dialing, goes, how's it going? And I told her, I got 7 appointments it was early. It was like 9:30. I had 7 appointments already. Saturdays, if you're not running Saturdays, you should be dialing Saturdays because Saturdays are the absolute best day to dial. And she called me and I could hear my friends in the background yelling at her to tell me to get over here and you should be hanging out with everybody. And what are you doing? Why are you working so hard? That was a very validating moment for me as a man and a business owner and someone who's trying to set discipline that I'm doing things that others won't do. I love my friends. They're great people to hang out with. Our kids go to school together, but I live a different life than they do now because I found something within me that I didn't know I had, but I knew the number one person that mattered to me was my wife and my kids and being someone who they were proud of. And that they could go, life was hard, guys. Life was really hard for a long time, really hard. And not I wasn't digging ditches and living in a homeless shelter, but I tried for a long time. And to find FFL and to find that next gear, I just wish that for people. I truly do. I wish it for people because the life you can create here it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that we can do this here. And so many other people and so many other sales organizations and so many other crappy insurance IMOs are taking advantage of people. And we've got FFL. We looked out, we found FFL. That's what's insane to me. So when I say set goals for relief, I mean truly I remember when I made my first sale, I was like, what was I going to do? No, it's when I got my first override. I'm going to get rid of this crappy iPhone. I'm sorry, I had an Android. So for all you with Androids, set goals to get rid of your Androids. But I set a goal to get an iPhone as my office line. And I wouldn't do it till I recruited enough people and helped them make money. And when I earned that $32 Transamerica override, I went right to Verizon and bought an iPhone as my work phone. And when we were going on it, when my parents wanted us to come up for Thanksgiving and I want to run appointments Wednesday and I want to run appointments Friday because I know people are home and I want to run appointments Saturday. My wife goes, do you have to do that? And I was like, I don't have to do that if I hit my goals earlier in the week. So I went out and I ran 35 appointments in 3 days and wrote 17 grand going to Thanksgiving and set myself a goal for relief to say, if I hit this goal, then I don't have to work over Thanksgiving. But there's too many people I talk to that they'll submit $2,000 Thanksgiving week and they think that I earned it. And it's dude, you've paid $12,000 the last 3 months in a row. You're about to be out of this business. Set goals for relief to put yourself in a position where you understand that you're working towards something. There's nothing more gratifying than setting a goal and accomplishing it. Like, do you know how good that feels to just push yourself to the absolute limit and understand that no one around you is working as hard as you? Like, become the person that inspires the people around you. Inspire people. Put people in a position where they go, God, I got to turn it up a gear. I got to work hard. Look how hard Nina's working. Look how hard Julia's working. Look how hard Clay's working. Look how hard Erica's working. Like, I want to suck their oxygen. Like, whenever these people are around, I just want to hug them. I want to get their cooties. Like, I want to feel their energy because I'm so proud of who they become. But I also want to learn what they're doing, and I want to become someone within them. Do that for yourself. Do that for your family. Do that for your team. Put yourself in a position where you set goals and you accomplish them. And you go, yeah, dude, I wrote $23,000 in the first 2 weeks. I'm going to take this next week off. It's Thanksgiving. And I'm going to be right back on the phones on Monday morning after, whatever that is, Small Business Sunday, and get back to work. Because these are coming. These holidays are coming. Halloween's coming. Thanksgiving's coming. All the holidays in December are coming. New Year's is coming. And there's two ways you're going to approach it. You're going to say, I deserve it, when you don't. And you're going to earn it when you do. And I challenge you to only enjoy and put yourself in a position. And if you got to go run Thanksgiving Day because you didn't hit your goals, guess what kind of discipline you're putting yourself? What are you showing your kids? Hey, dad's got to get out there and work a little bit this morning. I'm trying to change our life forever. Pretty deep stuff there. Mom's got to get out and work this tonight because we're trying to, I know people that run appointments on Christmas Eve. You're trying to change your life forever, guys. How about you set yourself up and set disciplines, put money in your bank account to change your life forever, like forever. That's what we can do here. Number 7, trust the process. That's it. Trust the process. And the process is you developing the skills and disciplines to be successful here. Was I good on the phones when I first started? Heck no. Was Julius good on the phones? He was terrible. He might've been the worst person I ever heard on the phones in the history of this business. And now he's pretty good. And what I tell you all is, if you trust the process of skill growth and putting yourself in a position to trust that you will get better, you will get better. There are people who make hundreds, if not millions of dollars here, who are not smarter than you. They're not better looking than you. They have no more talent or skills. They have more discipline than you, and that is all. And if you will put yourself in a position to learn the skills to convert sales, to make the clients feel comfortable, like the person that helps eliminate the challenges and makes the client feel comfortable the most is the one that makes the most money here. And that's where it's all skill-based. It's 100% skill-based. And if you gain knowledge, being on this call, I hope this was helpful. Apply what I've taught you, apply what other people are teaching, sharpen your skills, you will create more value to the marketplace, and the marketplace determines what they will pay you. And there's people that make millions of dollars here. There's people that make no money and they're going to quit today here. And I just hope you're not the latter, because all you've got to do is decide to get yourself in a position to buy enough leads, dial that phone with intent, put yourself in a position to get some appointments, go out there and meet some people who have requested coverage, and try to put them in a better position. And God's going to reward you. Big guy's going to reward you. Sean's going to reward you. America's going to reward you with money in your bank account. Pretty amazing way we live. So hope that was helpful, Julius. Thank you always for allowing me to come on and spend some time with your team. I'm proud every day to work with you. I'm proud every day to work with your leadership group. And I look forward to seeing what this team does for the days, weeks, and months to come. There's big things in store, my brother. So thank you.
First off, Grady, thank you for jumping on, sharing the knowledge. The passion for which you share it with is undeniable. And so thank you for that. And, you went through a lot of stuff there that I'm sure resonated with a lot of new people, but there was a lot of reminders and lessons that I've learned along the way that, people see us now and we are a little bit more refined. We are a little bit more experience than when we started, right? But we went through these struggles, right? Like, I remember you personally telling me, my lead mentality was trash, right? Like, I came from a company that didn't have leads, so I didn't have a lead mentality. And then not only that, like, I didn't have anything on auto order, as Gage likes to call it. But I remember you saying to me, like, hey dude, trust me until I give you a reason not to trust me. And that was when I first got my first auto order placed, and I was scared out of my mind to put my credit card down. But you're like, dude, this will change your life. Just follow my lead. And I'm like, okay. And I did it, but knowingly, like, I didn't sleep well at night, and I was like scared out of my mind. Like, how am I going to pay my, right? Like all these things. But like, dude, all these 7 steps that you went through were all different aspects and learning lessons that I went through in this business. And I think for everybody on here, the faster you get good at these 7 things, the faster you're going to be a top producer, the faster you're going to be able to build your agency. Because guys, I mean, I'll speak from personal experience. I didn't have a good lead mentality. I didn't have structure. I would go to the gym. I would do laundry. I would wash dishes. I'd cook. And I don't even like doing any of those things, but I did all those things to not work for whatever reason. I didn't have discipline because, as you can tell, that's part of not having discipline. I didn't have lead flow because I dipped my toe in the water. I'd buy leads one week. I wouldn't buy leads for another 2-3 weeks because I was trying to maximize my lead purchase. I didn't have minimums. That's whatever I sold, and I didn't really trust the process because I was actually applying for jobs when I first started. Right. So these are all things that Grady shared with you guys that literally, if you really embrace them, embody them, and do them and get through them as fast as you can, you literally will change your life here. Because I mean, you guys heard what it's done for Grady. I mean, these are things that have actually changed my life as well. And we're no different than any of you guys are. We just started before you. And we had an undeniable mentality that we are going to do this, and we're not going to quit, and we're going to fight through, and we're going to push through, and we're going to kick and scream, and whoever gets in our way, we're going to get through it. And so guys, please take advantage of what Grady shared. Grady, thank you so much for pouring into us. It was very, very valuable for, I'm sure, everybody, but also myself, to just kind of remember where we came from and the things that we need to continue to do on a day-to-day, week-by-week basis. So guys, we're going to wrap up today. Grady, thanks again. Guys, go out there, dial your faces off. We got all day to dial. We got another call coming up here in about an hour with Grady and our very own Amy Jorgensen, new agent who's written over 20K on her own pen in about 2 weeks. So let's go out there and crush, you guys. Let's have a big October, big November, and we're pushing hard to hit $1 million a month as a team by December. We can do it by December, you guys. We have the manpower, we have the skill set, we have everything we need to hit $1 million by December as a team. Republic to the top, you guys. Thanks, Grady. Appreciate you, man.